Hello, Tanya here from MySlip.com, here to walk you through the construction of the one-piece swimsuit pattern. We are going to go over method 1 of construction, fold over elastic, so follow along. Now I wanted to start this video with an overview of how I set up my projector to cut the files, because this has been a frequently asked question. So as you saw at the beginning of the clip, I have my projector mounted to the ceiling, and then I just load up my PDF file into Adobe Acrobat. Part of the calibration with the projector is you're lining up the squares. There's a whole calibration grid, and then you know what percentage of zoom that you need to apply in Adobe Acrobat in order to have the pattern pieces to scale. So you can see me adjusting the zoom. And then I just add the weights to my fabric, and then I cut as usual. I actually did drop the pattern into Adobe Illustrator and inverted the lines because I'm working with a black fabric. But yeah, that's a little overview of the projector bit. And yeah, I highly recommend, if you're not projector sewing, I promise you, it will change your life. All right, let's move on. Now that I have all of my pieces cut out, I have my front panel and my back panel in my main fabric, and then I have my front panel and my back panel in my lining fabric. So you can see me lining these up now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our main fabric, and then we are going to place right sides together. So I have my front panel, back panel, right sides together in my main fabric. Then I'm going to overlay you can see I have my back panel on top. Then I'm going to overlay the lining, the back panel lining on top of the back panel main fabric. And then I'm going to overlay the front panel on top of the back panel. So what you should have is front, back, back, front. So it's almost like a sandwich. And then we're going to sew our side seams, our crotch seams, our gusset, and our straps. So anything that has a hole is going to be open. So armhole, neck hole, all that. We're going to sew without elastic. So just, sew our seams, no elastic, overlocked, classic. Okay, now that I've sewed my side seams, gusset, and straps, you can see when I pull the garment right side out that all of those seams are concealed, and you can see that everything is sewed. So the next step after that will be to add our elastic to do the fold over elastic. In order to do this, we're going to flip our garment back inside out, and then we're going to sew the elastic onto the wrong side of the leg hole, armhole, and neck holes. So you can see here I have an elastic foot, and I'm just going to sew on the elastic. If you don't have a serger or elastic foot, you could use a zigzag stitch. Yeah, actually, I've never attempted that, so I'm not sure how that would play out. Okay, so now the elastic is on the wrong side, so it's on the lining side. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip our garment right side out. We're going to cover stitch down that elastic. If you don't have a cover stitch machine, then you can zigzag stitch that elastic down. Bringing you to my cover stitch machine, no pins. I'm kind of showing you here how you fold it over, and then yeah, under the presser foot. I could do a more in-depth construction video on how I do this specifically in order to catch the edges in the right spot, because this can be a bit technical, but from a surface level perspective, yeah, you're folding over the elastic and then you're tacking it down, as you see that I'm doing here. So you can see when I pull back the garment, you can see how the elastic is being tacked down. I have white looper fabric, white looper thread, so you can see exactly where the stitches are going in. Ideally this would be black, but I was too lazy and didn't feel like changing my thread. I'm not catching it exactly, but close enough. So you can see the seams. I started to catch the elastic better near the end because I was adjusting it a lot better, but yeah, that's what it should look like. All the elastic tacked down. And there you have it. So this is the fold over elastic method. Very easy peasy. It does depend on how skilled you are because your seams will be visible. So if we're just starting out on learning how to sew, potentially some reversibles with some concealed seams will be your best bet. But yeah, all right. Share what you sew. I'd love to see it. And if you haven't yet purchased the one-piece swimsuit pattern, do so. It is one of our best tools. All right. Thank you. Tanya out.